purchases. I still have to buy some of these cards, especially the newer ones. However, I wanted to make this video first before I do any purchases. So this deck is going to be Wurmcoil Persist deck. It's going to be kind of using this Persist card to cheat out some bigger cards like Wurmcoil Engine. I initially found this deck, well, first from a friend. He mentioned the cards as well as this card, the Archaon, I forgot how to pronounce that, I think it's Archaon, of Cruelty. The enter the battlefield effect is absolutely crazy. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. That is a crazy effect, and then you get a creature out of it. So basically use that card, as well as the card Persist, 2 mana sorcery, return target non-legendary creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield with a -1 counter. The new card Unmarked Grave 2 helps you with this combo. Search your library, or not combo, but kind of like synergy. Search your library for a non-legendary card, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle. So this card is these cards are pretty awesome because you can play really fun creature cards to help cheat out. You know, like if you have Through the Breach and what's that other card? Through the Breach and it's tipping my tongue. I know it's a 2 mana card. Whatever that other card is, I don't know why I can't pronounce it or figure it out. Actually, we could probably find it. No, name of the Titan. But yeah, this gives us the option to kind of more easily cheat out less large creatures. Hold on, this is gonna bother me. Why can't I find it now? Through the Breach. Let's look it up because Through the Breach. Let's see. Dex. Sneak and Show is the legacy version. No, it's a black card though, yeah. I think this deck would have it. Nope, I don't see it. Show and Tell is a super cool card. I want to get that. I don't want to get too distracted. Oh, yep, this deck is definitely going to have it. Yes, Gorgo's Vengeance. Return target legendary creature card from the... Yes, so this specifically targets a legendary creature, gives it haste, and then you have to sacrifice it. Which, I mean, is actually probably more powerful. I guess I'm trying to consider why would someone play, let's say, this deck over this deck? I guess because you get more value out of, I guess it's more combo, yeah, and you get I guess you don't get the enter the battlefield effect with that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. To me, this deck is really fun, or it's gonna be really fun, because I get to use my favorite cards, and we get to cheat it out. Lately, I mean, I guess for a long time, you know, Modern's gotten super fast, and the only way to play like Wurmcoil Engine and these larger monsters is to really like cheat them out. I guess with like the Ponza deck kind of, but as well as Tron. But at least this deck, I'm gonna be able to, I guess, cheat it out, but it's gonna be a black. I guess, what am I trying to say? Basically, I want to make a John Wurmcoil Engine deck. I've been trying to do this for a while, and it's just, you kind of haven't really been able to do so because the 6 mana to get the Wurmcoil Engine is kind of high, and, you know, mono black control, it's not really a thing. Rakdos mid-range kind of is, but it's not really going to run a Wurmcoil Engine, and John is even just farther of a stretch. However, with this, we can play these black cards, cheat them out, control with the Thoughtseize and stuff, which I love to do. Get Wormy out, or even bigger creatures. And it's definitely going to be Rakdos. I'm going to try to incorporate green into it, such as Assassin Trophy, Abrupt Decay. I think this will just make the deck weaker. However, it'd be more fun and fulfilling for me. I think, yeah, this is just something that I've been wanting to make for a while. And it kind of has the playstyle. My favorite playstyle, though, would have to be like the modern Jund deck. inside the deck. But I think this would be kind of like a fun, or a good way for somewhat competitive, but also like cool, I don't know, destroy people's hands, send out Wurmcoil engine really early, and then it just kind of takes over. I don't know, it's gonna be cool. It definitely fits the archetype. Sorry, I'm really tired right now, but I wanted to make this video, and I think it's enjoyable to make these videos when I'm tired as well, because, you know, most people that watch my videos are gonna be either sleepy or they want to relax. Sometimes I feel like I'm all amped up trying to make a relaxing video, but I'm so tired right now. My eyes are like closing. I don't even know how I can see right now. Anyway, sorry, we're 6 minutes into the video. Let's get into the deck and explain some choices. So we have a lot of sorceries. We've got bone shards. This is a new card, 1 black. Has an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, or discard a card. Destroy a target creature or planeswalker. So this is actually amazing because on turn 1, if they have a creature or planeswalker, which probably they're just gonna have a creature, we can discard a card, which hopefully one of these boys, put them in the graveyard and kill a creature for 1 mana. Crazy. Next up, Collective Brutality. I put 3 in. Again, we're gonna probably be changing these up. Just gives us a way to discard cards and gain a lot of value off of 1 card. We got obviously 4 Inquisition. The new card Persist, Profane Tutor, so you can suspend this and search your card for library for a card and put that in your hand. But I feel like I don't really want this card. I'd rather have some early game like control or something as opposed to this. But I'm not an expert at this, but I don't think I want this card. Thoughtseize. So this, we can even target our own hand, get one of these boys in, and then turn 2. Wait, is this the, oh yeah, turn 2 Persist. Or definitely gonna, I put 1 on Burial Rites in. I think I'm gonna take this out. I just don't think it's needed for 5 mana, yeah. I just don't see the importance to it, but Unmarked Grave, 2 mana, search your library for, we already talked about this. A lot of sorceries. But yeah, one thing real quick, I was thinking about Fatal Push. Fatal Push, you know, 1 mana, destroy target creature if it's converted mana cost 2 or less. Maybe you could do 4, depending on, you know, if you destroy a permanent or whatever from your battlefield. But the bone shards, that discard, it might hurt us in some scenarios. But assuming it's going to be early in the game and we have something in the hand we need to discard, I think the value is definitely there. So instances, I put 2k commands because they can discard a card. It's just so versatile. We can either return target creature from a graveyard to your hand. Since we're playing off our graveyard, we can discard a card or discard a target opponent's card, destroy artifact, or deal 2 damage. Just really versatile, and again, I wanted the like Rakdos Jund like vibe going on, so this really fits it. Lightning Bolt, I just threw it in there because for 1 mana, it's literally the best red card basically. And if I'm splashing red, gotta have at least 1 or 2 Lightning Bolt just for the surprise factor too. You never know. The mana base is kind of all over the place. So right now, 4 Blackleaf Cliffs I think is a staple because we're gonna be basically always, we need to start with black, at least turn 1, turn 2. So, and if we get a little bit of red, that's not bad for Lightning Bolt or something, but need that for black. I put 2 Blood Crypts, 4 Bloodstained Miners, 1 Mound, 5 Swamp. Got some Catacombs, just because I think I already have these. If we are gonna splash some Jund, I'd probably throw in an Overgrown Tomb. Sorry, if we're gonna splash green, probably throw in an Overgrown Tomb, but that's the boring stuff. I can figure that out later. So the creatures, we have this one obviously because it's probably the most powerful card in the deck, but I might remove it to 1 just because if I wanted this deck to be more competitive, I'd probably add more of these and I'd splash white. But I want it to be the deck I've been wanting to build for a while, so probably maybe even take this out completely if we're just gonna go for fun. Just a really powerful card though. Got Elder Scale Worm. This is gonna help with those fast decks. Hopefully I can cast it. Yeah, 7/7 for 7 mana, and you basically, your life total is gonna be 7 the whole time, so he's cool. Got Sire of Insanity, one of my favorite Rakdos cards. At the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand. Super spicy, love this card. The only thing that stinks is if we do persist it out, that a negative counter is gonna make it a 5/3, and Lightning Bolt could take it out. So this actually is not that good, but still a cool card. I think with a lot of this, very simple cards can disrupt the deck, which I really don't like, but concerned about. But we'll get to that in a second. We got Wurmcoil. I might bump this up to 4 if we move this down to like 0, because this is the boy that I want to play. Got Liliana the Veil just because I have the cards. They're really expensive, but might make this 3 just because I have 3 of them, and the +1's amazing for the deck anyway. So for this sideboard, kind of working on this now. Might need some help. Kind of doing some research, looking at what the top decks are. Where were we? I was looking at like some top decks just to see what people are playing and what kind of counters it. But yeah, anyway, got an Abrade. I don't think this is gonna be a card to keep, but deals 3 damage to our creature or destroy an artifact. Gonna be concerned with some artifacts, and I thought Abrade would just have a little bit of benefit in case I put it in the deck. And the artifact, yeah. Anyway, it's got 2 effects, and you can pick one. I thought that'd be important. Damnation might make this 2 or something, just because I think it's a great card. Pretty powerful. Destroy all creatures. Damping Sphere for Tron. Engineered Explosives just for, I guess really anything, because you can cast it pretty easily and get rid of a lot of stuff. Massacre Worm, because it's so awesome and it's a worm. One of my favorite worms. And this battlefield your opponent is basically like a Languish, but a little bit less. Kind of board wipes your opponent, and it's a cool worm. Nile Spellbomb to get rid of other graveyards. The Pithing Needle, I decided to put 3. I don't really know if I'd actually put 3, but I think what I'm really concerned about is cards like Soul Guided Lantern as well as Spellbomb. So getting a needle out early in the game I think would really just help not get spellbombed or, lanterned, because if we don't get stuff in our graveyard, we're gonna have a pretty rough time. We can kind of stall, but not really. We need to keep that graveyard active, or at least have something in it. I would rather build this deck a little bit more combo-y. Not combo-y, sorry, control-y. So the combo stuff doesn't really interest me, but I'd rather, control, more of a mid-range, but I don't think, if I'm gonna do persist, and this is gonna not really be mid-range, but I don't really know what I'm saying, but what I'm just trying to say is I don't like to play control, so I'd rather play a little bit longer game, which this deck might not be the best for. I think if you can get a creature out like Wormy, then yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Surgical Extraction, because I hate combo decks. So I guess combo decks, yeah, I guess in the puzzle piece like Amulet Titan, let's say, just a powerful card. We still got some room to throw some other stuff in. So these are some other things I was considering. Engulfing Slagworm, because he's super cool, but it's not an enter the battlefield effect. So it's hard to put these, even Wurmcoil Engine, Sire of Insanity, when you enter the battlefield, nothing really happens. That's why the Archeon, or Archon, whatever, is super powerful, because once it hits the battlefield, you get the benefit, then it continues. But it ain't a worm, no. I put Eternal Witness for maybe, just because if the game gets long, you got this card enter the battlefield, you bring it back to your graveyard to your hand. This actually seems like a really bad pick because it's double green, as well as we have K command. I forgot I had that extra thing. You can return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. That actually isn't that good for us. Anyway, Grave Titan is one that I've seen some people put their I put a build in. You because when it enters the battlefield, you get 2 or attacks, 2 zombie tokens. Really cool, and the card is just super cool. Look at that artwork. I think I might throw 1 or 2 pack rat in, just because it's kind of funny. I don't know, maybe not 2, maybe 1, but it doesn't really fit the vibe of Jund, in my opinion, like the world that I want to build in this deck. But basically, to start cards, you get pack rats. I don't know, it's kind of funny. So this is one of the new cards, Priest of the Fell Rites. You pay 3 life, you sacrifice it, return a target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield to activate only as a sorcery. Super powerful card. I just don't like white. I don't want white in this deck, you know, I want it to be the Jund colors. So if I was going competitive, I think this would definitely be a card you have to add. But you know, again, it doesn't fit the vibe. It's also just a beautiful card. I can't really see it. Yeah, just a beautiful artwork. Got some like deer. Got this like pretty, like, what is she? I guess a priest, but what kind of priest? Anyway, just cool. Yeah, this is another great white card, Sarah's Emissary. When it enters battlefield, choose a card type. You and the creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. Just a powerful card. But again, I don't really want white, but I'm keeping it in here just as a, you know, just in case. Sundering Titan would be pretty cool. A giant golem, but I think we have enough good creatures. Yeah, this could be probably important for one. What about I want to look up, is it Blade Steel Colossus? Is that Blade Steel Colossus is a legendary creature? No, it's not. Oh, if it put into a graveyard from anywhere. Yeah, okay, I see why. Yeah, I think a lot of those cards actually have that mechanic. There's one, or that thing, there's one card, World Spire Worm. This used to be one of my favorite cards. World Spine Worm, super big. It's a big boy. 15/15 for 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. When it dies, put 5/5 tokens to tramp onto the battlefield. But when it's put in a graveyard, you guys shuffle into your library. But yeah, this was a spice. Hey, it's, oh, I thought it said not legal in Commander. Super cool card. Anyway, Terrestodon. I think I definitely might add this card when it enters the battlefield. You may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent put this way, its controller creates a 3/3 elephant token. I mean, it really depends on the board state, though, you know. Because what if I get non-creatures? Oh, you may destroy up to 3, so you don't actually have to. You can even destroy your own land. You can destroy the opponent's. It's pretty versatile. I just like it's a big elephant, 9/9. So if we do decide to go more blue, sorry, not blue, green, got Assassin Trophy, Abrupt Decay. So Fatal Push, maybe you'll add. I don't think so. We have the Bone Shards, but a Lightning Bolt. I don't think we need to add more. So discard a Shiok Dream Render. I have this card, so I might add it. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search through libraries. And then you can exile the top 4 cards of the library, and then exile each opponent's graveyard. Wait, target player puts the top 4 cards of the library into the graveyard, then exile each opponent's graveyard. Also, you can mill your own graveyard and then destroy your opponent's. I did not know that. Liliana's Last Hope. I don't know how important this card would be. Put the top 2 cards of the library. You may turn a creature and graveyard to your hand. Yeah, it doesn't seem that worthy. Break the Ice might be a good sideboard card, and we are running a lot of black. Destroy target land that is snow or would produce colorless. You can also overload it. I think I might add some Vandal Blast just because it's a 1 red. Destroy target artifact you don't control. A Braid does cost 2 mana. But it does have that benefit if you don't. But again, if I'm having in the sideboard and we're expecting a lot of artifacts, but yeah, I'm trying to think of scenarios where I have like Persist or or I have like a way to discard a Wormy, and I want to get it out, but there's like a Soul Guide Lantern, because I think a lot of people are running these too anyway, and I need to remove it, but I don't want to waste too much mana. The Abrade might hurt for 2 mana, but a Vandal Blast is probably the best option I'm thinking of. So, I don't know why this card is so much money, but yeah, I have a couple of Alpine Moon. I think this is a maybe sideboard card. I'm not too sure how good it is, but we have other ways of dealing with mana problems, or other mana decks. Blood Moon. I think this would just be a fun card, but I don't think we really need to have it. And Soul Guide Lantern. I think I like Nile Spellbomb just because I have the cards, and this card's like $3 or $4. Like I don't really need that if I got this. And this says I can sacrifice it, and I can also draw a card at the same time. And this, I either draw a card or sacrifice, draw a card, or sacrifice and exile a graveyard. So, yeah, definitely a lot of options we have here. I kind of want to go behind the scenes. Let's Profane Tutor. I just don't think I really need this card. Maybe I'll order them, but I don't think I really need it. Eternal Wind is great. I have a back red, so I can just add it. Let's move this down to 1 realistically, because I'm probably just gonna buy 1. Let's do 4 Wurmcoil Engine, because it's awesome. We don't need them. Burial Rites. I would like a Grave Titan really badly. I wonder if adding like a Pithing Needle main board. I feel like 3 Collective Brutality is a little excessive. We have so much discard. So we really only have 4 cards to get a good card back from the grave. And if we had this priest, it would realistically be 8, which really cutting our chances in like half. Oh man, it's just a dilemma. What do you do? Do you just build for fun, or do you really go ham and build to win? But let's just do for fun. But yeah, would it? I'll just go Wurmcoil. So realistically, we have a lot of ways to discard. We don't have a lot of ways to really draw. We don't have a lot of ways to defend ourselves early game if we don't get the persist card out. I wonder, is there like 1 or 2 mana cards? I always like to see what this says, this auto suggestion. Let's see what they give. 1 mana Menace. Spore Frog. Prevent all combat damage we've dealt this turn. Huh. That seems, don't need these instants. I'm thinking more along the creature route. Like some just wall, or if there's a lot of removal though too. I don't really know how difficult. Let's see what other people are playing. So this tempo deck seems to be, everyone's using this shaman card. Gotta remove the grave. Oh yeah, this monkey. I mean, removing someone's graveyard is probably gonna be important. You know, they got spells. A lot of blitz, a hammer deck, getting rid of enchantments, is that it? Not really. Oh, this is an artifact deck. Okay, where's this kitchen? Interesting. It's always cool to see just how these decks change over time. Oh, Jace. I missed my Jace when we pulled that card. Factor Fiction. Ooh, I like that card. Cause it's not that good, but anyway. Yeah, sorry. I was like wondering what I had open. Thinking about buying some cards. Anywho, let me know what you guys are thinking for this deck. Would love to really make it Jund. I mean, even if we do make it Jund, there's probably some other cards we can add to it to make it spicy or survive the early game. I think this 4 Persisto is not that good. We really need maybe another way to get it back out, but I think controlling the board, just a little controlling our opponent's hand, making sure we get it out, like so they can't counter it and whatnot. But 7 creatures, I think, is enough. I just think there's too much discard. Maybe one Collective Brutality less, so another Liliana. Maybe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Definitely would like to hear some opinions. And yeah, just again remember that I'm doing this because I love my boy Wurmcoil engine. Trying to make a nice, cool deck. So I know it's not gonna be too competitive, but it's okay. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you around. Take care.